Hello, welcome once again to my advanced Excel video tutorial. This is the 10th video of the second part, which is the intermediate level of this tutorial. Here we are going to look at how to use logical functions in Microsoft Excel. If you go to the formula tab of the ribbon and in the function library group, you will find the logical function category. Among all these, we are going to look at 4 logical functions: the if functions, the and, or, and if error function. Now let's get started with the if function. The if function evaluates just one logical test. Now take for instance, you have these products and you have the market price of this product and the landing cost, and then you have the margin, which is the difference between the landing cost and the market price. On the remark column, you want to write out remarks to identify the profitability of these products, so that somebody can look at the product and determine which one is profitable or loss. So you are going to use an if function to evaluate this condition, that is the margin, to determine if it is profit or loss, and then write out the remark, the appropriate remark here, which is determined by the status. Now I start with the if function. Now take a look at the if function syntax. You have the logical test, value if true and value if false. Now I would say what I want to test is this figure here, logical test. I would say if what we have here is greater than 0, meaning that it is profitable, then what do you want Excel to write? You put a comma, and what do you want Excel to write? Value if true. I want Excel to write a text string that says profit. So when you write a text string, you need to put it in double speech mark. Otherwise, what do you want Excel to write if it is not true? That is if value if false. What do you want Excel to write? I want Excel to say loss. So this is how to use the if function. Then you can copy the formula down across the row, and this is what you have. Now again, you have another structure of the if function, which is called the nested if, where you have multiple ifs. Now I'm going to change this here. Now I want to evaluate the cost of, I want to check the cost of these products, and these are the landing costs, and these are the conditions or the situations. I want to evaluate this situation and determine and make a decision based on this. Now I would say if the landing cost here is equal to 100, that is logical test. What do I want Excel to do? That is value if true. I would say buy. Then I should have written otherwise if not true, but I want to still use this logical test to test different values of this situation here, different values. So I'm going to put another if function. I say if logical test, that is if what you have here is less than, let's say 120, what do I want Excel to do? I want Excel to say review. Value if false, I still want to test more. I say if what you have here is less than 130, what do I want Excel to do? I want Excel to say hold. Say if what you have here is less than 140, I want Excel to say caution. Then this is the end. Otherwise, I will say 1. Never. Okay. So now when I close this bracket here, if you close another bracket, see it's a matching pair for this. You close another bracket, is a matching pair for this. You close another bracket, is a matching pair for this. Then you can copy this formula down. You can see hold. If it is less than 125, 130, hold. Review if it is less than 120. Review if it is less than 120. Caution if it is less than 130, or I can say equal to less than 130. If it is less than 145, as if it is less than 140, I say caution. If it's less than 140, I say caution, but otherwise never. So you can call this nested if. Now let's take a look at this problem here. Now what I want to do, I want to look at, I said give any customer 10% rebate with value from 60,000 and above. So I will look at the purchases made by customers using the if function. I will say if what you have here is greater or equals to 60, because we said if it is 60 and above, that means greater or equals to 60. Logical test. Then if it is true, value if true. What I want Excel to do, I want Excel to take 10%, you have to put 10% multiplied by the value here, if it is true. Otherwise, what do I want Excel to do? I will just say 0. Sorry, I don't need to put a speech mark because this is not a text string, it's numeric, so I can put 0. So you can see that this does not meet the condition. So you can see this meets the condition, this meets the condition, this does not meet the condition. So let's test this one again. Let's look at this one. I want to give discount or rebates to 10% from 60 and above and 5% if 40 and above. So I will use the if function and say if what we have here is greater, put greater before you put the equals to, greater or equals to 60,000, I want Excel to say 10% multiplied by what you have here. Then I would have said value if false, but I still need to test another. I would say, I can say otherwise. I could say otherwise 5% of what we have here. I could stop here and say otherwise 5% of what we have here. Or I could still put another if function and say if what we have here is greater or equals to 40. So what do I need Excel to write? 5% times what we have here. Then otherwise, if these conditions are not met, value if false, 0. So when I close this bracket, it's a matching pair for this. When I close this bracket, it's a matching pair for this. So I copy. Now this is 5%. This is 10%. You can see this does not meet the condition. This is 5%, this is 10%. So this is how to use the if function. The if